Here.
You smoothie.
Guess what I've just been doing?
You've 75 times table?
No.
Flicking through the newspapers?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
And guess what I saw?
I don't know, because I haven't seen them.
Well, let me tell you, there is a picture of you and your daughter in the paper today, and firstly, you just defy gravity. I don't know what it is. You look amazing, but your daughter as well. Is there any chance you'd consider me to be your son-in-law?
Son-in-law material? Well, of course, it's wonderful being my age, because I am very much of the older generation now, so I kind of ask everyone to call me Auntie Carol anyway.
I'm very happy to audition. Is there anything you need to know?
Auntie Carol is a kind of a first way in. You do realise this, don't you? Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she?
How can you look like sisters? I know people are going to say, oh, you're just going nonsense because she's on...
We look like mother and daughter.
No, you don't, honestly. You just look gorgeous. Congratulations on that. How long does it take to do that, or does that just come naturally?
To do what?
Make you look like you.
It's the dress. It's one of the hold it in the right places kinds of dress, I think.
Are you a Spanx lady? I'd like to Spanx you myself, Carol, if you know what I'm saying. I want to talk about you, though, because you've just had this book out about your life, and what a life it's been. I sat there on holiday in the summer, and it was in one of those newspapers, I don't know whether it was the Mail or the Sun or something, the whole countdown episode in your life.
Well, it is a part of me. And always will be a part of me, and I hope that even in the years to come I will always be a part of it, and I believe I will, just as Richard will. And it was always made with such love, and we just had such a laugh making it, and I'm sure half of Leeds has actually been through the studio to see it at some point or other, so they know what a laugh we all had, and genuinely loved it, and that's why it's been going for so long. You know, it was made with love.
I tell you what really bothered me about the story that you've written about it, there's a whole chapter on it in the book, was the contempt this business can have for you, that you can make it number one, you can dedicate your life to it, and they can still smack you in the gob and tell you to leave through the back door. That's hurtful.
I think it was deeply traumatic, to be honest, because having lost Richard a few years before, and I was a wreck after Richard died for a very long time, and you kind of start to gird your loins again, and then it was the manner in which it was done. I appreciate things move on and bosses make changes and so on, but to have done all of that and then be told that I can never go back to the studio, like I've done something to be ashamed of, you can start me off now, is just not right, I don't think. I still think it's not right. It's just, I still can't understand why I'm not allowed back in the studio.
Oh, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
And I'm sure nobody would stop you if you did. I mean, why you want to is another issue. The thing is, though, we love you and we miss you. Why can't I see more of you on TV? I remember doing a thing with you about 10 years ago when I was down in London, and we sat in that studio. I think it was the first time we met. And my opening line was, a strange thing happened to me the other day. A politician answered my first question. I saw a programme on Channel 5 that didn't have sex in it, and there was a programme that you weren't on. Something like that.
Something like that. It was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, and there was a point, wasn't there, when you were on everything? Have you deliberately pulled back now?
Yes, I have.
Why? Come back.
No, I'm life moves on, and television moves on, and I only want to do things that I want to do now, rather than, and I've got 2 children, my lovely daughter is 18 and Cameron's 13, and my mum's getting on now, and she's well in her 80s, and I look after her, and I'm very happy, but I don't feel there's no kind of burning need to be on the television anymore, as long as I can sort of do bits and pieces. So I'm on about once a week, making a guest appearance or something, and I'm quite happy doing that. And we live in Bristol now, and I'm very happy.
You love your mum, don't you? I got that out of the book.
I adore my mum, yeah.
How do you create that? Because what you've got is so special and unique. I mean, you've just mastered it, haven't you? The art of mother and daughter just not getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah, well, we never row at home, to be honest. It's I have 2 teenagers, and they've never, honestly, never once answered back, never once asked for anything. And so I tell them, how is this? How has this happened? I say this to them at the kitchen table. I said, are you adopted or something? They go, yes, Mum, we are. Because you look at the 3 of us and we're like identikits.
So what's the advice then? Is it being friends? How do you keep the discipline but you don't make it uncomfortable?
I was always, when they were young, or the discipline, there was always a very marked line where, that they could run around and do all of things, but if you crossed a line, you never cheeked adults, you always respected people, you always tried to be kind, if you were sort of carrying a bag for somebody or opening a door for somebody and all of that. But always, we had a laugh as well. And I think that, and so they've grown up with that, really. And never ever ask for anything, even in spite of being able and lucky enough to earn a lot of money over many years, it's like the kids grew up in Close and Woolies. Yeah. Why would anybody pay fortunes for a label for a 4-year-old? It was just nonsense. And they went to, normal schools and all of that kind of thing. So
I think the reason that they are the way they are with you is because you are what you are. I remember one wonderful time. Do you remember where we were in a taxi? You probably don't, but we were racing across London because some pillock had forgot to book a studio somewhere, and we went back to a hotel room together. Do you remember? And we sat on the sofa on the banquette.
The banquette.
It was lovely. I have pictures to prove it, Carol. You can't deny it. Hey, listen. I thought, this is a bit uncomfortable now. This is where you're going to turn on me, and I've left it right till the end. But I honestly thought you did like me because we've, over the years. No, wait a minute. I've been on the internet and I've been Googling, and when you put two names in, all the stuff comes up. And I thought we'd got a good relationship. That we're showbiz pals. We're not picking out curtains or swapping kidneys or anything, but everything's fine. And then I find, Tarquin, could you play that thing? We found this on the internet. Why would you say this?
Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman. I've been in showbiz for donkey's years, and I can officially confirm Alex Belfield is, without question, the ugliest man in radio. No, really, he is.
Why would you say that?
Because you asked me to.
No, I didn't ask you to say it.
You did.
That was found on a website somewhere. Out of Amsterdam or something like that.
You did.
I want you to know we love you very much, and what you do with these Daily Mirror Pride of Britain Awards is just so special. Heart-wrenching. I mean, how many days does it take you to get over the emotion of the night?
I think I'll be a wreck for about a fortnight now, so... Yeah, I just kind of work my way through the next couple of weeks.
But
it is wonderful because we see past winners come back, year after year, and particularly those who have charities, and it gives them such a boost, and the charity's such a boost. It's lovely. Are
you allowed an orange juice with maybe a little alcohol in it after the whole thing?
Well, no. I mean, last night I kept putting. I had a glass of wine, and then because they're clearing the room immediately, all these waiters kept just kind of leaping from table to table, and somebody would pour a glass of wine. I think I had a whole glass of wine in total last night. That was it.
Hey, listen, I love you very much. Thanks for coming on again, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Bye bye.